Green smoothies look like the ultimate healthy move. You toss a bunch of vegetables in a blender. Hit the button. And boom, instant nutrition. But here's the thing most people never ask. Is drinking your vegetables actually helping you lose weight? Or would you get better results just eating them whole? Because when it comes to fat loss, how you eat your vegetables can matter just as much as what vegetables you eat. Vegetables are one of the most powerful foods for weight loss. They're low in calories, high in nutrients, and packed with fiber. That's why you'll see them in almost every successful fat loss diet. But there's a big question a lot of people have. Is it better to drink vegetables in a smoothie? Or eat them whole? Both seem healthy, both contain the same nutrients. But when it comes to metabolism, hunger control, and fat loss, your body treats them very differently. Let's start with something simple. Vegetables are a big deal for fat loss. Most vegetables contain 3 things that help people lose weight. First, fiber. Fiber slows digestion and helps control hunger. Second, water. Vegetables are naturally high in water, which helps fill your stomach without adding a lot of calories. And third, nutrients. They provide vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that support metabolism and overall health, because vegetables are low in calories but high in volume. They help people eat larger portions without overeating, and that's a huge advantage when you're trying to stay in a calorie deficit. In simple terms, vegetables help you feel full while eating fewer calories. That's one of the biggest reasons they're so important for weight loss. Veggie smoothies have become incredibly popular. They're quick, they're convenient, and they seem like an easy way to get more vegetables into your diet. You add spinach, kale, cucumber, or maybe some carrots into a blender, add some water or milk, blend it up, and you've got a drink packed with nutrients. Vitamins and minerals are still there, the fiber is technically still there too. But blending vegetables changes something important: their structure. When vegetables are blended, their cell walls break apart. That makes them easier and faster to digest. Instead of your stomach slowly breaking down whole pieces of food, the nutrients are already partially broken down. That means your body absorbs them faster. When you eat vegetables whole, your body has to do more work. You chew the food. Your stomach breaks it down slowly. The fiber absorbs water and expands. All of this slows the digestion process. And that slower digestion plays a big role in hunger control. Whole foods stay in your stomach longer. That means you feel satisfied for a longer period of time. Chewing also triggers signals between your mouth, stomach, and brain. Those signals help your body recognize that you're eating and start activating fullness hormones. When you drink a smoothie, most of that chewing process disappears. Your body still gets the nutrients, but the fullness signals can be weaker. That's a big deal for appetite control. Now let's talk about the nutrients themselves. If you blend vegetables without adding anything extra, the vitamins and minerals are mostly the same as eating them whole. So from a basic nutrition standpoint, smoothies and whole vegetables can look pretty similar, but digestion speed changes how your body experiences those nutrients. Whole vegetables release nutrients slowly as they break down during digestion. Smoothies release nutrients faster because the food is already broken down. That difference can affect things like blood sugar levels and hunger later in the day. Whole vegetables tend to create a slower and more gradual release of energy. Smoothies can move through the digestive system more quickly. Another big difference comes down to portion size. When vegetables are eaten whole, they take up a lot of space in the stomach. They require chewing and take time to eat. That naturally limits how much you can consume. For example, eating 3 cups of raw vegetables takes effort. Your stomach fills up pretty quickly. But drinking 3 cups of blended vegetables, that's easy. Liquids are simply easier to consume than solid food. And when calories are easy to drink, it becomes easier to consume more of them without realizing it. Hunger and fullness are controlled by several hormones in the body. One hormone increases hunger, another helps signal that you're full. Solid foods tend to create stronger fullness signals than liquid foods. That's partly because solid foods stay in the stomach longer. They stretch the stomach more, and that stretching tells the brain that it's time to stop eating. Liquids move through the stomach faster, so those signals may not be as strong. That's why people often feel hungry sooner after drinking calories compared to eating them. There's another issue with smoothies that often gets overlooked: what people add to them. A simple vegetable smoothie can quickly turn into something very different. People often add things like bananas, fruit juice, honey, flavored yogurt, nut butters, Now the calorie content increases dramatically, and sugar levels can rise quickly, instead of a low-calorie vegetable drink. The smoothie becomes more like a dessert. That's not necessarily bad, but it does change how helpful the smoothie is for weight loss. One of the biggest advantages of whole vegetables is how filling they are compared to their calorie content. Nutrition experts often call this low energy density. It means you can eat a large amount of food while consuming relatively few calories. For example, a large plate of broccoli, spinach, and peppers might contain under 200 calories, but it can still feel like a satisfying meal. Fiber slows digestion, the volume fills the stomach, and that combination helps reduce hunger. That doesn't mean smoothies are bad. They can absolutely have a place in a healthy diet. They're convenient, they're easy to make, and they can help people increase their vegetable intake. For someone with a busy schedule, a smoothie might be the easiest way to get nutrients quickly. They can also work well after workouts or during times when someone doesn't feel like eating a full meal. The key is simply being mindful of what goes into them. The best approach is usually a mix of both. Make whole vegetables the foundation of your meals, salads, roasted vegetables, stir-fries. Then use smoothies occasionally as a supplement rather than a replacement. If you do make smoothies, keep them simple, focus on vegetables, limit high-sugar ingredients, and avoid turning them into high-calorie drinks. So when it comes to weight loss, whole vegetables generally have the advantage. They require chewing, they slow digestion, they create stronger fullness signals, and they naturally help control calorie intake. Smoothies can still be healthy and nutritious, but they're easier to drink quickly and easier to overconsume. For fat loss, controlling hunger is one of the most important factors, and whole vegetables tend to do that better. Vegetables are one of the most powerful foods you can eat for fat loss. But if your goal is to stay full and control calories, you'll usually get the biggest benefit from eating them, not drinking them.